Who will say democracy is not failing in Nigeria? From the look of things, Nigeria is no longer practicing democracy. Now, we may be saying that we are practicing democracy. That is in theory. What His Excellency Mr. Peter Obi is talking about regarding the issues and the tendency of democracy in Nigeria is 100% right. Why do I say so? Look at the example that he has given, and for the fact that the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria today can wake up from sleep and decide to remove a sitting governor and suspend the whole legislative arm of the government of a state, a federative unit. This will show you how bad we have become as a nation. Let's take a listen to what His Excellency Mr. Peter Obi have to say about the falling apart of our democracy and the current administration, especially the APC-led government.
Well, if you look at what Bishop Cook has said, he says it's a work in progress. Let me follow my brother when he said about 1999. If you look at where we are today, it's like they started in 1999, laid the foundation. Some people came and took it to a decking, and some people were trying to raise it to first floor, and some people came and knocked everything down. That's the situation where we are now. Everything has been knocked down. Nothing works. And I'm somebody who can say this exemplarily. I became a governor through the court when President Obasanjo and Atiku were in government. I did not pay the court 1 naira. I was sitting in my house in the office, and the court declared me winner. When a governor is hosting them, it can't happen in Nigeria today. When I was being impeached, the president sent people to come and intervene on my behalf. Ken Namani came begging House people not to impeach me. Today, the president impeaches the person. So that is the thing. So it's collapsed. So it's failed. They were begging my house not to impeach me. And they were PDP. I was in Abga. And they were begging. President was calling me and said, Peter, are you okay? Even when I was impeached, President Obasanjo called me and said, are you okay? Are you safe? When I go back from the court, when court eventually declared me under Andioba, President Yaradua called my phone in London and said, congrats. I said, President, I can't come back because, if I come back, these people, he said, tell me the flight in which you're coming back. And I told him, when I came, it's the first time military people came to receive me at the airport. I couldn't believe it and took me straight to him. Now the president will ask me not to come back here again. So it failed. Let's talk about how we are going to rebuild it. It's collapsing.
That's the honest truth. Everything seems to be collapsing under this APC-led government. Remember, Jonathan once said that if you want us to go backward, then we should allow these people to change the government. Now, we allowed them to take over in 2015, and we have gone back to the time of Stone Age. That's the honest truth. Look at the sole administrator of Rivers State, the person imposed on the Rivers people by the president. Miraculously, he has been able to construct a building under 48 hours. I hope you guys all are seeing the House of Assembly complex in Rivers State that was miraculously built in 48 hours. Which kind of engineering? I mean, tell me, who could have achieved that in 48 hours if not for Tinubu's abracadabra behavior? The truth of the matter is that the removal of Fubara was not because he suspended or he never allowed the 27 lawmaker who defected from PDP to APC to return back. It was not because there is no government in Rivers State. It was because Oga wants it and Oga must have it. That was what happened. This is a fight for 2027, and many people are not saying it. I have been advocating and saying this thing for a while now. There will be no kind of election in 2027. What will happen is just some, civilian coup that will happen in Nigeria, and then they will announce whoever they deem fit. So what just happened in river can be, relates to exactly what happened in Niger that made the president to said he was going to declare war against Niger. You all know what happened then. So if you ask me carefully here, the truth of the matter is that the CBN now releases the same money that they said they were not going to release to Fubara now to the sole administrator. I hope you all know the kind of resources that comes out of River State. If you don't know, then maybe you just have to check. Because if you look at the kind of people that Wiki bankrolled and it all failed, remember that Amechi sponsored alongside others Buhari in 2015, right? And you've seen the same thing happen in 2023 during the presidential election, with all the movement of the so-called G5. Now, look at it carefully and think about 2027. Democracy has failed, and the only way we can actually restructure this country and position it for a better development comes 2027 is for every individual to understand that it is high time you come out and educate your people, vote and defend your vote to the latter. Hence, my brothers, you will not believe what you will see from 2027 to 2021 if these people continue in power. This is not a matter of my brother, my ethnic group, my religion. All of us, they buy the same fuel. All of us, they buy the same bread. I hope you all know that as of today, you cannot even buy any reasonable bread for 1,000 naira for family of two or three. Mhm. For those of you planning, in fact, let me reserve that comment. What do you make of all of this? Let's have this conversation. But let's remember to always be civil. And do not forget that Natasha Akpoti Odoha recalling process is ongoing. And in our next video, I'll be unveiling all the processes and how the power that bill are trying so hard to make sure that they remove her and destroy this democracy that we are trying to package in 2025. Thank you for watching.